Are you ready for this mission?
Yes,
Mom is. Yeah, I'm out. Just kidding. Are you ready? I'm ready. So welcome back, everyone. We're going to be watching more Star Wars Andor. Okay. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here. We're on episode 5, and there's a lot of build-up, so I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of action this episode.
I think we are.
I want to see this meteor shower that happens every few years on this planet. So that's where the mission's going to take place, right?
Yeah, and this mission's going to be quite the mission. I mean, pull this off, it's going to be a big feat.
Yeah, and seeing more of Mon Mothma, I love her, and actually meeting her husband, and they're kind of strained and awkward, and you know, she has a very dangerous lifestyle. I mean, here she's helping the rebels, and yet she's still a senator for the Empire, and has to, you know,
she's
maintain
got a lot
appearances.
Of weight. Yeah, she does.
Her husband,
and her husband doesn't really have many tasks to do. Apparently, he just wants to smooze and wine and dine, and you know, have fun. And she's got all the weight on her shoulders.
Yeah, and
so
she
much more
has like genuine emotions where she gets really upset and everything, and he's just kind of like moping, like, "Oh, come on, you're so sad, like, and boring. Why can't we do something fun?" And you know, kind of like, I don't know, I get a little worried because I just feel like he's definitely not in on it and doesn't know what she's really up to. And I feel like he'll be the first to rat her out and get her in trouble.
Yeah, and it's probably really good not to have him in on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and what's going to happen with Carton now that he's home with his mom? I feel like he's going to end up coming back into the picture doing something.
Yeah, I think so. Because
or maybe
he's too hurt. You can tell something's brewing inside of him, that he's not just relinquishing. He's just keeping things to himself, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to stay home with mom.
Yeah, I mean, he already went rogue and did his own thing, but he was definitely thorough with trying to find the person, which he knew was Cassian. And before that, his own chief was like, you know, this is what it was, and didn't really look into it any more than that.
Right.
So Karn really started something there. So I feel like that's not the end of him. I think Mom's going to say some things to him, whether not the right things, or we'll see, but he'll go back out in the field and do something.
Probably will.
Yeah. Or he might go for the rebels. You never know how he's going to turn.
Yeah, move down the road or something he might. So shall we get into this episode?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, so 105 on Disney+. To actually see him have emotions like that.
Oh, God. I have to live with my mother. Oh, my God. No. She's pouring his
Blue Milk cereal.
Leader, I promised to disappoint you.
Oh, my goodness.
Shame we couldn't have seen more of each other when you were flourishing.
Could have visited anytime you wanted. You know that.
I know what to tell me. I intuit the rest. I intuit you have no future prospects. I'm calling Uncle Harlow. I'm calling in the family favor.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Family favor.
These are desperate times.
You're assuming he'll remember you.
Someone who'll take you on, Cyril.
Setting the bar high, are we?
Uncle Harlow will know what's best.
Have some fruit.
That's Mom. Here you go.
Mother.
You're so good.
It's all there. Bill asked me to have a look. You didn't come with much. That plus the bad arms, pretty clear you left wherever you were in a hurry. And, whose is this?
Didn't get a name. By the hand.
So where were you?
Sipo. Youth Center.
The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Now it's our turn to do the chopping. I didn't mark you for a team player.
It always breaks at the weakest point.
Are you worried about the kids? Sinterklaas? She is stone cold and fearless. She's already sharing a blanket, if that's what you're wondering.
I'm here to win and walk away.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Driver's here.
Cloris.
Yes.
Did you eat?
When would that have happened? Just came down.
Take something for the ride. Get your coat. It's not up for discussion.
Are you serious?
Am I serious?
Just go. You're off the hook.
Off the hook.
Wow. What would I be showing off?
You're involved somehow.
Oh, so he's just talking to her.
Yeah, look at.
Nobody cares. You can relax. It's always all about you.
Is this really how you'd like to start the day?
I didn't choose this conversation.
And he just doesn't intervene
Yeah,
at
look
all.
at-
He's
yeah,
just.
there's more to it than
Tray milk. You can live on it. One of the best navigational tools ever built. Can't be jammed or intercepted. Something breaks, you can fix it yourself. Skeen pretends not to listen, but I know the message is sinking in.
He's writing a manifesto. Did he tell you?
Our elemental rights are such a simple thing to hold, they will have to shake the galaxy awfully hard to loosen our grip.
I'd like to hear what Clem believes. Busy day, Clem. Finish your milk.
Has to be, yeah.
So calibrating the weight.
What about it?
How would you do it?
You don't know how to get it out of there.
How do you input the weight?
You sure it's on the rail?
Yes.
It's mounted. There's a gauge just below to read out the weight.
Why isn't this in the manual?
It's a custom job. It's an add-on.
We wanted to be sure.
No.
No, you didn't know.
Sure.
I'm pulling this thing out of there.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I would trust
Yeah,
him
because
to
he
do
knew
it.
and he's very
Right,
familiar
yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
Okay. Awesome.
Drink out over here.
Hey,
There we go. It's
that's
settled.
right.
I won't tell
This is
people.
freaking horse.
Hey,
My
nice.
goodness.
The garrison HQ and the barracks up top at the east end. The Rono tunnel. The flight control tower. What's this?
I'll be back in an hour. This had better be well on its way, or I promise you, I'll be revisiting the schedule for winter furloughs.
Shoulders back. More.
Don't touch me.
I love how they kept his name as Clem.
Yeah.
Can't keep changing your name.
Do you want it or not? The assignment? No, you're taking the assignment. I was asking if this would do as your headquarters.
The door's being opened as we approach. Lieutenant Gorn will be out front. He's the leader. He's the gatekeeper. Squad, halt!
You should switch.
What?
Skin is left-handed.
What am I?
Right-handed.
Tarmin?
Right.
Center?
Right.
Any other suggestions?
Uh-oh, what's going on?
TIE fighter.
No crap.
Oh, right
And they're
there.
right out in the open.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Cover
whoa,
the guns.
whoa,
Oh my
whoa.
god.
Oh,
Cover,
shoot.
cover, cover. Okay, tend to your sheep.
Ooh.
All right, they're gonna come back.
You might just land right there, though.
Gone.
Start
She's got a
moving.
gut
Get
feeling.
out of there. He's going to go around the horizon.
Yes. Whoa,
Here we
there
are. Okay, kids.
Just stand in there again.
He's going to shoot.
Just gonna.
Wow! Just to be intimidating.
What was that about? I would get out of that area.
Yeah.
God, he cuts it kind of close, doesn't he?
Corporal Kimsey,
Sir. Is it true they're tearing this all down?
it's been
Is that
discussed.
Hunter?
Move the airbase here. Can you imagine this place with a couple of thousand of them?
Get about your business, Corporal. I'll be making rounds tomorrow night, and I expect you at your station.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hello.
Narvai.
Again.
Narvai.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm just moving your stuff. It was in the way.
Don't ever.
Anything.
He has major trust issues, but he's making it worse for everyone else with their trust. Okay.
Let's have a look at you.
I see your
It's that
gold
gold
chain.
thing coming out.
Maybe there's an unofficial ledger.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust anything coming out of there. Imperial Navy is the only account they have left at this point, and they never admit anything's wrong.
It's too spread out to be organized.
But you don't believe that.
If I was them, this is how I'd do it.
So it's not so obvious.
Working late.
It's those suits. They need to loosen up to think clearly.
Stimulant.
Stay focused, Clem. To the rebellion.
To the rebellion.
Woo!
I needn't tell you how wrong you were about
Oh, I guess he's still not wrong.
But you will. What field is it he thinks I should be pursuing?
He said he wanted to think about it. Our conversation.
Your side of it. Hard to miss. Sadly, I wasn't able to study Uncle Harlow's response.
Emergency comm signal.
Red, red.
Clear signal.
My turn. Lieutenant Gorn.
He fell in love with a local woman, lost a promotion. Then he lost the woman. Then he lost his taste for the Empire.
Sir, as you were.
The thing you hear when posted to Aldani is that perhaps you'll be lucky enough to be there for the eye.
The idea of being this close and not seeing it.
I want it painted the day after tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
You get to see it.
Son of a bitch!
Dang!
Because you know what'll happen.
Hey, what are you doing?
What the heck?
Oh!
Oh, crap.
Crap!
Oh, boy.
He's been hiding it.
Skeen?
Skyclapper, look at it glow.
What's going on? I warned you.
Who brings a treasure to a robbery?
We don't have time for this.
I need to know who I'm riding with.
You know exactly who I am.
There's something coming. There's
Right now.
Get your packs up. Move.
Come on.
Put the weapon away. Give him the stone. You can kill each other later.
All right.
Right now you're gonna do this?
Safe.
I'm being paid. Paid to be here. I'm not worth it? I'll walk away and wish you luck. I don't want to walk in looking over my shoulder. The day before is always hard. Too much time to worry.
You think we're scared?
I know you are. Make a choice. Don't use me as an excuse.
All of you. Move.
Well, I'm kind of glad it's out in the open.
Yeah.
When were you planning to tell me about this new foundation?
Didn't think you'd be interested.
Cloris.
Sir. Would you mind taking the expressway?
Yes, sir.
Looks just like your model.
Should do. I've had plenty of time to study. We've been sneaking up here for months.
We're ready.
She wants me to tell you about my brother. What matters is they killed him. He was a farmer. Went in a boat and filled his pockets with stones. That's as close to an apology as you're gonna get.
It's close enough.
Good.
Good luck to you.
No farewells tonight. Plenty of work to do together tomorrow.
I thought you were turning it off.
I was just going to.
You said that an hour ago.
Am I keeping you up? Have you checked your walk-away pack?
Yes.
And the one on the fonder?
I don't like seeing you nervous. You wanted this to happen. This is what it took. It's never going to be perfect.
I wanted it too much.
It's good he has her.
Yes.
You'd go crazy.
Right. He'd be obsessed all night.
Oh, wow. You even had the music build up, and that actually flew by.
It did.
Oh,
Woo! It's building up.
Oh, yeah, yes. Wow.
Next episode will be the
That's
battle.
right.
Yeah, for sure.
It is nice, though, that we're spending more time with the rebels, with Val, and just to learn more about them and the trust issues amongst them. And I am happy that Clem, was open, because he had to be at that point once he was discovered with the Kyber crystal, that it's true. He doesn't want to look over his shoulders the whole time that they're already in a dangerous predicament.
Right.
That
At the heat of the mission, you can't look over your shoulder and not trust the people you're.
I know
doing
trust
this
is like
with.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like you need
Yeah.
that. So I'm glad he did just call it out and say that. And seeing and hearing about what some of them went through. I know everyone has their reasons to go against the Empire, and some are very devastating. So to hear, I want to say microchip from the Punisher, but what was his name? Scheme.
Yeah.
Scheme. Yes.
To hear about what happened to his brother, that's really sad.
Yes, and right off the bat, he didn't trust Clem right off the bat, where to take his stuff and just go through his stuff. Before he wakes up, and he just wanted to learn more because he knew he was being too quiet about it.
Yeah,
that's true.
And Cassian is amazing with details. Like he notices everything, and I know he's a bit paranoid, and so is Scheme because they have trust issues. But it's good that he's that aware of his surroundings because he is a survivor, and for him to notice these things that Scheme is doing and just going after him, like, why are you touching my stuff? I'm just moving it, like nothing's going on. And no, he was being nosy. He wanted to see what was going on.
Absolutely.
And he said to him, "Don't touch me," neither when he touched him.
Oh, the other guy, he doesn't want to get touched either. It's a little different, but because he's a loner and he doesn't like people like dominating him or something, so he doesn't like that. But going to that topic or that scene when they were marching, he actually noticed that one favored their left arm or left hand, and then everyone else is like right-handed, but he knew that, and there was no hesitation when Vale started asking him.
Right.
That's right.
He was that observant, and for him to, and that's why he was paid to be on this mission. And if they look back at all the times that he was so observant with their mannerisms or what have you, they would say, okay, he's in it for a different reason. We all have our reason for the rebellion and why we're so committed. But if money is the reason, and he's got this huge treasure, as they're saying, he's bringing a treasure to the robbery, I mean, that's still his reason, you know. Right. So whether it's right or wrong, they're still in it for the same cause, the same purpose.
I started overthinking that part where I'm like, it's something rare and super expensive. But at the same time, I was kind of being defensive where I'm like, well, you don't know what his story is. I mean, like, he has been lying, I guess, because he didn't bring that up, that he had that. But maybe he knew a Jedi or something and they were killed or were like sensitive with the Force and somehow they had it or was passed down through his family and it's like a good luck thing. But it is super expensive too. So to wear it into battle is a little questionable.
Right. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. Especially when they're all suffering or, just hardly living off the land.
They're just living off the land barely, drinking, tree
milk.
Tree milk and, eating roots and just surviving.
Right.
And it's quite different. But, if Vel believes in him and she had to, it was either we take him on, this late in the game, he's valuable to our mission being successful.
Yeah.
And or we have to forget it. We have to forgo it.
Well, it's all a risk no matter what. And even, with Luthen being paranoid at the end, he's like, I don't know. And he's second guessing himself. But there are chances. There's always going to be a chance. Like you're going against the Empire and they rule everything, Right. So it's very dangerous to do that. But it seems like he did make the right choice. I mean, we know more about Andor because of, Rogue One and stuff. But and through this. But it's great that it's working out better than anyone could have thought because he knows and he's filling in the blanks where they are acting like they knew the whole plan but they didn't even know how to get it off or something. So he wants to fly and take care of that.
And he means business. He knows. He's seeing the whole thing. You don't even know how to get it off the ground, do you? So they do need him, and I think they are rallying together. And they're going to take care of it. Who knows if we'll see Val and is it Cinta again? So this time tomorrow they're saying that we'll see each other again.
Positive.
Yeah, you got to stay positive because there's only a few people taking care of this.
So do you think people will survive? Do you think we'll have some deaths when it does happen?
Probably have some deaths, I would think.
Yeah, I think it'll be too,
Definitely.
unfortunately.
If it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Val.
Yeah, I think maybe, because then it'll be up to everyone else to step up and kind of get along. So that would be a challenge. And I feel like, I wrote his name down. I always forget. Karis Nemec,
yes,
the nice guy.
The younger kid, yes.
Yeah, I feel like because
Optimistic.
he's the heart of the group, that would really pull at our heartstrings if he died. And maybe that'll bring everyone else closer together.
Maybe,
But I feel like some people will have to die. It's a suicide mission, really. I'm hoping they will be successful, but I don't think that, everyone will survive it.
Yeah, maybe even the lieutenant. He might even die. I mean,
He might.
He's right in the thick of it.
Now, going to Mon Mothma, seeing her lifestyle, like the actual inner workings of her marriage life
Her personal
and
life is
her
really
daughter, like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I think the father wants a more normal life. It looked like with the daughter. I don't know if he's using her against his wife. I don't know if he's like using her as a bargaining chip, if you will, or a chess, just playing chess with the mom. And, I just don't like that feeling. But the girl is rebellious. She doesn't want to be with her mom. She wants to be with her dad for whatever reason. But I think the dad was gloating in that. He's like, see, she doesn't want to be with you.
Yeah,
like just to hurt her because he feels like he's being hurt. But my Mothma is doing what she needs to do.
Yeah, he's not doing anything about telling the daughter not to be rude to her mother and things.
Yeah, and he's kind of like gesturing too, right? And being like
this.
Like almost like I told you so, or see, and I'm taking it as
good.
They keep talking behind her back and they're just teaming up against her. And I'm like, we're seeing more of Mon Mothma's her perspective, and you can hear her emotions of her trying to stay like professional even at home, but her voice is breaking and it's hard for her. So I feel more for her, and I'm like, well, maybe there are a lot of areas where she's not really always there for her daughter because she can't be for because of politics or something. But I really think it's mainly, I think his name was Perrin or something, but her husband and their daughter are just conspiring against her because the father's always home and in her ear and brainwashing her or just feeding all this negative energy and information to the daughter to be against her. So their relationship's pretty toxic, the marriage. The husband's pretty toxic.
I do not trust him.
Right. And for her to, in that car scene where he didn't even know the driver's name and he had to ask
it's
her
still
again.
multiple times.
Yes.
You keep
like,
saying it.
What's his name? It's almost like he doesn't want to even dip into the life of trying to be, correct all the time, politically correct all the time. He's like brushing against it all the time. He doesn't even want to know and be, cordial to the staff that works with him.
Yeah. I'm taking it as he's just being shallow. He just is selfish and doesn't care about anything else. So he just doesn't even put time into trying to remember people's names and stuff.
And there's no support. There's no support for her or anything that she cares about. And she cares about the people that work with her.
Because he's all about fun, and it seems like he doesn't care about anything that really matters. It seems like it's all about show and having fun, and he doesn't have any emotions with his wife. Like, he makes fun of her and says she's boring and sad, and and then every time she keeps making digs at him, which is more for us, I'm sure, to show that he's that shallow, where she's like, oh, well, you don't know about it because it's a charity thing, and he's like, oh, really? Because she's like, last time she's like, because they cut off that trade or something, now people are starving. And you guys are just going to drink and laugh or whatever. So she keeps making these digs at him, which I think are definitely true. We don't know really anything about him, but
it's
the way
the most
he acts really
exactly, and that's the most private time she's having right now with anyone.
It
so
sucks.
that is her true self.
That's right.
If she's truly feeling that way, it's for a charitable event. Of course, you wouldn't know. You can't relate to that. So that's the most private area where she could be with someone. So I feel that that's how he is. He is really shallow, like you said.
I'm kind of like it's even worse for her because she can't be her true self around him either because she has the
can't
secret.
even be like, you know, you can't even just talk to your spouse about, you know, how your true feelings are and really trust him.
Not only that, but just because she's with the rebels, like she's working with Luthen, and he doesn't know about that because he'll probably rat her out.
Oh, hands
get her
down.
killed, you know.
Hands down.
So no matter where she goes, even in her personal life, she's in danger, and it's just misery.
It's not good at all.
Yeah, it's not good, but it just shows like how amazing she is to put everything else at risk because she knows the bigger picture, trying to save people, like innocent people, from this torment, you know. But yeah, it's good. I mean, again, it's a slow build-up, but I really like where it's heading. I really like the characters so far.
I do too. You know, one character we just were introduced to. He was just like a corporal or something on that bridge with the lieutenant. Yeah. He looked like Hunter.
I heard you say that. I'm like, he kind of does look like
him. I don't know, but it kind of looked like him.
We're seeing a lot of familiar faces in this. And you know, I'm so happy you brought that up because we keep forgetting to talk about it. We talk about it during setup and then we don't bring it up. So there are a lot of actors that we've noticed, like from Game of Thrones. We saw Microchip, who is Skeen from The Punisher.
Yes.
But then we, Vale is... who was with Arya in Game of Thrones.
That's right.
And she was the waif or something. And then a few other ones too. So the chief was one, and then the Maester guy, you know, who's part of
the commander of the
Imperial
ASC.
Security Bureau.
Yeah.
So he's part of that, and I just thought that was hilarious. I mean, like they're all great actors, but they seem all in one. I'm like, oh my god, we know people. Oh my god, this is great. So definitely fun. The cast is great, and just throwing Karn into the mix here, just to see him with his mom.
Oh my gosh,
man, I don't blame him for being that way.
Toxic.
Like his mom is so
I'm like, get me out of here. And at the end, we're just watching him look at Cassian. So, you know, what's his thoughts, you know? Who knows? What's he going to do? But yeah, his mom is like so toxic.
Oh my, she sure is.
Pouring his milk, being his mother.
Man,
insulting him left
go
and
there.
right. Him insulting her. I guess it's my fault, you know?
Yeah. And who's this uncle, like, who's going to do a favor? So,
right, like, you can't,
good.
you can't find a good job. You can't find any, you know, good pursuance.
And this uncle knows all.
He's going to get you a good job, you know?
And knows everything that Karn needs to do or wants to do, and he knows nothing about him, it sounds like, and he just has a lot of power, I guess, to help him out. All crazy, but yeah, so can't wait to see the next episode. Anything you want to add?
No.
Come on, rebels!
So until next time, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you very soon, as always. Bye guys!
Bye!